So I asked Twitter, what are some tips you wish someone told you about ranking up in Valorant? So we asked the community on what they think the best tips for ranking up in Valorant are. And this is going to be a new series I'm going to be running, and I'm going to be taking multiple different topics to this same idea. So let's get into the tips for how to rank up in Valorant from the community. If you lose 3 or more ranked games in a row, to take a break for a few hours instead of just losing 10 in a row, lol. Well, yeah, obviously that's the best play, because if you sit down and you lose a couple games in a row and you're not feeling your best, it's optimal to either take a break, run a couple death matches and just hop back into comp, or to just take a couple hour break and just come back when you're feeling totally refreshed and like totally new. That way you don't just like spiral out of control and just lose 8 games in a row. You take that little bit of a mental break and you come back fresh, so you're not mad or you're not upset about the games, so you're just fresh and ready to restart. Asiel said, stop caring so much, don't get mad if you die, just accept that you made the wrong play. And this is honestly the truest statement ever. If you don't care that much about your ranked games, you won't get mad while you're playing them. Like, you want to care and you want to try your best, but if you misplay something or you don't win your ranked game, you get mad. It's just only going to affect you and make you play worse in your next game or that next round, right? He also said, play with confidence, go into fights thinking you're going to win, which is honestly true, because if you play scared, you're going to peek, not commit to the fight, and get misplayed, and it's just not going to work out for you. So make sure you know what you're doing, you know what you're about to get yourself into, and be confident in those decisions you make. Even if you get killed in those confident like plays that you make, at least you can learn from them and be like, okay, that wasn't the right play I played there, I should have done that. Right here from my friend Mahid, he says 40 gifted to Cam's Twitch so he can carry you out of your rank. Could you guys imagine? Jokes aside, I'd really appreciate if you guys went over and checked out my Twitch. The link will be below, twitch.tv/CaMbCaMb. I stream at every day at about like 5 p.m. Central Time to about 10 p.m. Central Time, playing a lot of ranked. Sometimes I do coaching, and I'd really appreciate if you guys checked it out. From Parker, he's a Radiant player. One trick in Agent to learn the game first, then work on your agent pool, which I kind of agree with this. Like, find 1 or 2 agents and then just play the hell out of them. Play just those 2 or something, because then that you can get really skilled on those 2 agents, and it'll allow you to just scale and climb like crazy. And then once you get to that point, then you can start branching out and trying all these different agents to see which ones that you might like better, or you might find different play styles, or you can just like widen your range of agents just so you can fill if you want to. He also says, watch people who are better than you and do what they do, which is a really good point. Because as Valorant continues as a game, you know how all these people learn all these cool things and all these like small little pieces of tech that helps them like make plays? It's always from like other people. It's like, what if you put the sage wall horizontally instead of vertically? It covers way more, or it covers way less ground if you do it horizontally, versus vertically down the doorway. They got to break like 5 different, you know, slabs in the ice. So like small little things like that, you can just slowly start learning these things by watching other players, or you can figure out why people do these things, helping you learn and helping you rank up. From ABX Shlomo, why won't she text me back? I don't know, bro. I think we're all asking that question right now, and I don't think any of us can find an answer to it. Tweet from Maverick, game is half mental. Learn when to call it quits for the day, otherwise you'll play worse. He said, when I played episode 1, I used to play 1 to 2 games too many and then play bad. And then those games would mentally affect him the next day and make him play worse, because he'd be thinking about how he played bad those games, so then it'd make him play worse in the future, right? This is a very good point. If you're thinking to yourself, yo, should I go play another ranked game or should I get off? You should probably get off if you're asking yourself the question of should I play another, because that's probably at the point where you should end, because you're probably either, you know, getting hungry or not feeling that hot, or you just played too long and you need a break. You know what I mean? So make sure you keep those things in your mind while you play, so you don't lose those like 2 games. And in terms of the games from the day before affecting him mentally the next day, you guys got to work on not letting the past games affect you in your next game. You got to pretend as if every single ranked game you get into is like waking up for a new day. You got to pretend it's like totally each thing is separate, and try not to bring the nasty vibes in from the bad game before into the next game, because it could just cause you to keep spiraling and lose all your games. From Captain Gambit, we have play with socks on. Now, this is one of my favorite things ever, because I swear playing with socks on is a different breed when you play Valorant. Like, one day I was playing bad and I'm like, dude, why am I playing so bad? I'm like, wait, I didn't put on socks. And then I went and grabbed some socks, put them on, I started popping off. Like, dude, it's a weird thing. Like, imagine trying to play Valorant ranked with shoes on, bro. Like, or like you're sitting in your room without socks on, like your foot's on the ground, your feet are cold, you know what I mean? Just put a pair of socks on, bro. People, it sounds stupid, but just put some socks on, bro. Give it a try, no cap. From Tony the Tiger, he said isolate 1v1 fights. Does he sees too many people peeking, knowing there's a chance of 2 people being there? And also on top of that, he says too many people are thinking that they must kill or plant within like really fast within the rounds, when in reality you have a lot of time to play with. And that's what a lot of people think, like a lot of people forget about, is like they'll try to force these really bad fights like super early round. Like you'll be walking through a sage slow, or you'll be walking through like a raise nade and taking all this utility. Instead, you can sit back and you can play till the timer says 30 seconds on it. You know what I mean? You can bait out all this utility. You don't have to play as fast as everyone thinks. From TryLife, I wish someone told me that you need an Egirl to rank up. And this is paired with SYN Angie saying Egirl buff is real. You guys will have to drop in the comments. Is all it takes to get Radiant in Valorant, or just to like win all your ranked games, is just have a girlfriend? Like is that just what it's come down to at this point? Also, since when did Valorant become a dating app? From Tragic, playing with friends is so much easier to rank up. I kind of feel the vibes with that, because like if you're playing with your friends, you're also having fun, right? And you also guarantee the fact that everyone you're playing with has a mic. And this is obviously depending on what elo you play at. Like if you're in the higher ranks, you'd only queue with one friend. In the lower ranks, you can queue with multiple friends. So I'd suggest give it a try, because it kind of increases the vibes in your game. You get some laughs going, you can have some more fun, and you can guarantee that one person to be like, yo, let's go do this. You smoke here and I'll throw a blind. Like you can make plays with people if you queue up with them and your friends and stuff. It's Social 45 with a very simple message here. Deathmatch, DM. It's very true. If you wanted just tips to get better at the game, running a lot of deathmatch will just truthfully slowly but surely help your aim get better. You can try multiple different things, like deathmatching with just a sheriff or just a guardian, or you know, just tapping with the vandal to practice your headshot accuracy. You can practice your movement. There's a lot of different ways and a lot of different things you can practice in deathmatch, and it's one of the best ways to improve in Valorant. So if you're not doing that and you want to get better, give it a try. From Rapids, definitely spending and managing econ. I used to save like every round, or made sure I was able to buy the next round, and I noticed a lot of lower elo players do this too. I only fixed it because my mortal friend taught me how to spend. So in terms of this, guys, you want to just keep in mind how much money you need for the next round to make sure you can buy everything. I'm a Killjoy player, and I know for a fact you need 3,500 credits to be able to afford a rifle, armor, and your $600 worth of utility every single round. So whatever agent you're on, making sure you know how much money you can spend on those save rounds. Oh, I can afford a sheriff this round and still buy next, or I could get a bulldog and still buy next. Keep those things in mind while you're playing, so you don't end up not buying with your teammates. And if you see your teammates buying, buy with them, even if you don't have that much money, because you always want to be on the same economic standpoint and same page as your teammates. So 3 people aren't buying one round and you know 2 people are saving. Keep everything in a line so you guys are buying and saving together. From my friend L2 Isaac, don't queue if you're having a bad day outside of Valorant. And this is honestly the most factual statement, and like one of the most important things you could take away from this video, is because if you are like having a bad day, or you're not happy, man, and you load up into a Valorant ranked game, you're going to be like an absolute menace. Like you're going to be tilting your teammates, you're going to be tilting yourself, you're just going to have a bad time. Or like if you're sick, you have a headache, you haven't eaten, like you're going to play bad. You won't be able to react, you won't be able to think. You're just gonna cause your team to lose games. You're not gonna have fun. So my biggest thing here, guys, is making sure you're taking care of yourself outside the game before you play inside the game. And there's a massive correlation. So make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves. All right. Tip from Spite: lower your sense. I played literally at 3600 EDPI, and I was like, why do I suck, bro? Like I'm at 320 EDPI now. So a lot of people, when they're newer to Valorant, they really don't understand what's a good sensitivity to have, and you need to keep your sensitivity around a good level, because if it's really high, you won't be able to hit any shots. It'll be super hard to control your aim, right? And on the other end of the spectrum, if your aim is super low, then you're gonna have a hard time moving. You're gonna run out of mouse pad space. You won't be able to like turn away from flashes and stuff like that. So make sure you find a balance, and make sure you guys find something you're comfortable with. And when it comes to finding a good sense, it's all about control. It's not about, oh, is this sense good? Oh, Tens uses this sense. No, it's about how well you can control the sensitivity, making sure you have control, making sure you can make the micro adjustments you need to hit super long range shots, making sure you have the speed to be able to turn away from flashes. Just make sure you guys have the control over your sensitivity. Really quick, guys, we have a last minute submission from Boomer Bump Superfan 69, the famous Bumpa fan account. And he says it's easy. Bumpa always has the same answer. The key is winning games. So if you guys want tips on how to rank up, I would suggest that you guys try just winning your ranked games. That'll help you guys a lot. If you made it this far in the video, drop a comment saying socks to let me know that you made it this far. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I want to do more videos like this in the future where I ask the community about their opinions on certain tips. So I'm going to be looking to do maybe ones about mental or about certain ranks. So drop in the comments what kind of answers you guys want from the community. Thank you guys for watching. I'd really appreciate it if you hit that sub button and dropped a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.